My name is Scott Rippel. I have been here at the university since 1993. I graduated in 1999 with a PhD out of the biology department, and I've been teaching here since 1999. We started a honeybee biology course for majors in the biology department, and in that process we developed an apiary on part of the property of the campus for those students to get a first-hand experience working with bees, not as a beekeeping class, but as a side note to the biology of teaching about the superorganism. And in that process, we got introduced to Nature Nate, and they're a honey company up in McKinney. They've kindly given us a grant, and with that grant, we're introducing a micro apiary down here on the south side of campus. And that's to give an outreach to students in the Honors College and to volunteers through OSV and through facilities management and the garden club to introduce them to the pollinators that are here on campus and introduce them to honeybees up close. So when we talk about a hive, we're talking about the box. When we're talking about a colony, we're talking about the superorganism that we call honeybees. Colony is minimum 10,000 bees, all females typically, and then one queen. And in this box there's going to be 8 frames of wax that the bees are drawing that out and forming honeycomb in there. And then this upper box we're feeding with a pail feeder. Bees require 2 things primarily to survive. They need a carbohydrate source and they need a protein source. And the carbohydrate source comes from nectar. And so what they'll do is they'll collect that nectar and they'll dehydrate it down into honey, what we call honey. And that's basically 20% water and 80% sugar. The media, you talk about bee losses and the fact that the honeybees are in danger and so forth. The honeybees that they're referring to are commercial honeybees. We know that habitat loss, pesticides, nutrition, changes in weather, all these factors cause multiple stresses on them, and we see a loss in the commercial honeybees. And we have some data indicating that the issues that we're seeing on the commercial side with honeybees are also affecting the native pollinators. We're trying to give an outreach to students so that they can see what other pollinators are present, how they affect our economy. 1/3 of everything that we eat comes from crops that are pollinated, and of those crops that are pollinated, 80% of that is pollinated by Apis mellifera, or what we know as the honeybee. So if we got rid of the honeybee, most of the agricultural crops would disappear or would be a lot less. The yield would be a lot lower. Prices inside the grocery stores would definitely increase. They provide $14 to $15 billion worth of economic increase to agriculture.